don't know if it looks like I'm gonna cry. I feel like crying.
Sitting on the couch with nothing better to do. Let's go watch BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS. 'Cause nothing beats a rainy afternoon. When you got BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS, BIKEVIDS. Subscribe and like this. Cranky bake like BIKEVIDS just for you.
I decided to get a hotel room, which is fine. Playing it safe, I guess. But then I realized I left a bag in Santa Cruz with all of my bike clothes, like shorts, shirt, everything. So, guess I'm racing in these clothes tomorrow. Hey friends, just had an interaction with a local who yelled at me for being on one of these farm roads. I was just going there to take a picture, but either way, safety first, no trespassing. I'm going just for a little ride around. I went and bought a pair of bike shorts, chamois, for tomorrow since I forgot my stuff, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be. So I'm trying to get in a positive headspace, which was working until that guy yelled at me. Anywho, BIKEVIDS. We'll see you out on the racetrack, I guess.
Hope you can run fast.
Wow.
Have fun, guys.
Have fun, guys.
Good luck flipping it.
You are doing a 15-minute,
Oh God, 50.
5-0 minutes.
It's gonna hurt.
Elbows out racing on the whistle.
Right in. Oh, easy.
I put my bike in front of me. No blow out of me. Oh, sorry, bud. That could have been worse.
That's better than a standing start for me.
Yeah, better. Okay, let's get into Nutty Cross 2024. I think this is race 5 or 6 of the BASP series, the Bay Area Super Prestige Cyclocross Series, challenging the bounds of what actually is the Bay Area. But this race, I think relatively newish, maybe in its second or third year, is a blast, and I was really looking forward to getting into this one. There's a real great video, higher quality than some of the footage here at BIKEVIDS, but there's a real great, I would almost say, short film of kind of the history of Nutty Cross and the race organizers that is very nice. That definitely kind of explains the vibe of the event, which is very fun, family friendly, not necessarily wacky, but people taking themselves less seriously. And then there's the rest of us taking ourselves super seriously. and trying to win. But yeah, worth watching that video. And from a perspective of my other life as a high school teacher, just really goes to show, like, putting in that effort to set the tone, the environment really pays off when the event is taking place. You can clearly see that this race is all about following dudes around through an orchard. Back and forth and zigging and zagging. Long straight away and then tight corner. Is it slippery muddy? A little bit, you'll see. Slippery enough, I will tell you that. Definitely could be worse. And that was the talk of the town in terms of the rain that we had leading up to this event. But because you're up on all the BIKEVIDS episodes. You know what I'm doing right now. This year's goals are to avoid big gaps, avoid no man's land. So I'm trying to stay with a group, and I'm also trying to find my people that I will eventually be racing with. My guess, based on the series, is I'm going to be racing for, somewhere between 4th and 6th place.
By the law of contrition, rose to the top of
Something that made finding my people, aka the people that I'm racing against, and made that a little bit challenging, was that mass start that you saw, which was super fun. Would not take it back. But at this point, there's kind of a lot of talk, maybe not here, but eventually in the race there's a lot of talk, like, the gentleman in front of me, he's in the age group ahead of me or below me or whatever. Like, who are we racing against? There are some people I recognize out here, and a lot of people I don't, because it's a different area. So we're just trying to figure out who's racing who.
no lock on the door.
Check this part out. Nice. This race had this full I call it a pond crossing, because it was like literally kind of like a water, it's like a pond. So let's just I'm not going to get that out of my head. It's like a pond, full submersion. Rideable, yes. On lap 1, I think a lot of us wanted to run it. And then a lot of people were riding it. So you'll see some footage of riding it a little bit later.
I have no idea what's going on. I see Ben in front of me, who's in my age group.
With love last night, well, I broke buffalo bread with bits.
Starting the lap after this little section, you could kind of see how some people are coming together, and then whammo, right? We start to open up on these big straightaways, which are, scary is not the right word, because this is fun, but it is definitely an area I'm mindful of in terms of losing time to other riders. I definitely don't want to get dropped too badly from this section. And I want to stay with again some people, which kind of looks like at this point, maybe there's a small group of 4 or 5 people ahead of me, and I bet already a pretty big gap ahead of this group.
Even though you're flammable, watch me run the match tonight. All I just
using the power of video to kind of suss out the situation. Here on the right, upper right corner area, you're gonna see, oh, right there. That is kind of gonna be our group. And so the gentleman there, previously known as Green Bar Tape, now known as Matthew Christensen. I know that he is also part of the group, and I think that at least one or two of these gentlemen in front of me might be in the older, maybe 55 plus, and I'm in the A45 plus, or at least the guy in front of me. Do you want to just know the friggin'... No, okay, fine. I'm not going to tell you the final result quite yet. It really helps to make sense of what I'm talking about. Point being is, you could see the gentleman there again on the right, and I think what I'm hoping for is, hey, like, there's clearly no one in front of him, so my chances of moving up a place, whether that's 3rd to 4th, 4th to 5th, 5th to 6th, pretty much relies in catching and staying with, and hopefully beating, Matt.
Oh shit. Sorry, bud. Oh, that didn't work out as planned. Let the bike. Stay off the front wheel.
Welcome to the point of the race where I'm kind of talking to myself and trying to give myself reminders, motivation, what to do, what not to do. And basically what I'm trying to tell myself is don't put too much weight on the front wheel because you will slide out. Don't brake too much. Don't turn on the brakes, or don't press the brakes. Don't use the brakes. Any of those three things, because, well, why? Like, you're in this kind of muddy area, the bike's slowing itself down, so don't overly slow yourself down, and let the bike. Something I'm really just trying to focus on is, probably none of us really, unless you're a professional, I mean, we're just not pushing the bikes to the extent that they can actually be pushed to. Not sure if you're recognizing by now, in front of me is Green Bar Tape, Matt Christensen, and ahead of us is basically the kind of winning trio. Justin Robinson, pretty famous dude, Google him. Greg's not going to beat him. Bob Shebest, I feel like I might know you. And then William Kemper, who I race with a lot, and very fast. So there's three dudes ahead of us that are like, you can't really ever, if I see them, I'll point them out, but I don't think you can. So this is like a good, happy crew where I've got the one dude basically I want to beat in front of me. Behind us is Ben, and as previously mentioned in BIKEVIDS, Ben is definitely a good come from behind, like right when I'm like, okay, I'm not going to see Ben. Sure enough, he's passing me. So Ben is also behind. So this is the race. And in the middle there is Ian. What is it? Ian's last name? Mine? He's the winner of the age group ahead of me. So he's the pointy end of the next age group. So this is our crew, our people.
One little slip right before straight. Not bueno.
If I was the master of just all of my actions, so here I've caught Matt, and really, like you could see, again, there's no one we're gonna catch in front of us. We are battling for 4th place, and this is great. It fits all my goals for the season, right? Sure, get 4th place, get 5th place, but stick with riders. So if I was the master of my domain, I would be just going fast enough to kind of hang out and not too slow to where Ben can catch us and then beat both of us. But how do you do that exactly? So like what's happening here is that, basically I think we're trying to just put some time maybe on Ben, or maybe we're trying to work together to try to catch someone. I'm not sure. So a question I've been asking myself a lot this season is the people that I'm struggling just to hang on their wheel, like, are they resting? So right there, again, kind of Matt and I are kind of working together here, but was he basically just like resting while I was like just working 110%? You could probably guess the result if that's what I'm thinking at this point.
One too many. Sorry, bud.
You gotta take that disrespect, man!
Sadly, this is my last bit of footage for the race. So again, Ian, different age bracket, but happy to be riding with him and using each other to push the pace. Behind us is Matt, and I feel like maybe a little gap, and I'm feeling pretty excited about that. because he's a fast person that I would be stoked to beat. But alas, what actually went down at Nutty Cross? So after the first couple laps of a cyclocross race, passing slower traffic or lapped traffic, through like good communication, these riders are more or less yielding because they're kind of like a moving hazard, and there's no one has any interest of them, fucking up the program for anyone. That said, just like other hazards in a race, can you use them to your advantage? Sure. So how this race ended was we're coming around and lapping Paul Sadoff, the guru behind Rock Lobster Cycles. I was in this exact position, so it's me, Ian, and Matt, and I didn't really communicate with him enough. I just kind of went through. Matt took that opportunity to use the, that hazard, if you will, to make his move, and a move was indeed made, which resulted in me kind of crashing into Paul and taking out a section of race tape and these little plastic sticks. And then bammo. Matt was gone, Ian was gone, and my dream of 4th place at Nutty Cross was also gone. And that's bike racing, friends. Two final points. When talking to Matt and Ian after the race, Matt, kind of mentioned, hey, maybe that was a little too much on that pass, and I think Ian agreed that yes, maybe it was. But again, you know what, Greg, I've got a competitive nature. I might have done the same darn thing. And it makes kind of a cool story because it involves Paul Sadoff, who is, again, a cyclocross legend. And did I have 2 things to say? And maybe this is my second thing, that I have been considering getting a Rock Lobster frame set made. It's in the brain. But is it in the budget? That is the question. So, one more race of the season I just finished yesterday, I got footage of, and that was VSRT CX at Rancho Los Mochos outside of Livermore. So, cyclocross season for me is almost over. I hope you're enjoying the videos. Hope you're out riding your bike, being safe, and having fun. Ciao.
Ha ha ha!